Oh my God, I gotta shut that off. I have got to shut that off. Hate Slack for what this is right now. They made all these changes and now it sucks. Cannot get these. All right, paused. I'm going to put your Fathom, Christina, in the waiting room. Just going to remove that. Report. So it's clean. Okay. Okay, are we ready? Can everyone see me? Doing a live. Okay, I'm going to get Instagram going and hopefully it's hard to tell where your eyes can go. So let's hope this works out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, still in the way. I think it's impossible to do the Instagram live at the same time that you're doing this one live because it doesn't really match for camera views. When I look straight, but what does it look like when I'm looking on Instagram? Because Instagram is higher than where that is. Okay, I'll be 2 seconds till we can start this live because I got to figure this out. Okay, I think that works now. Maybe. Let's hope. I think that I'm live up there really well, but I'm not so sure about this one in front of me. So let's just give this a whirl and see if we can get this going live. Hello, hello, hello. I am live again for my second day in a row as I start to figure out this. I have 2 camera angles and I don't know which to look, so hopefully you can follow my eyes in whatever way that it ends up going. So we are going to continue 2 times a week where we're going to go live to really ask the questions around and hopefully answer lots of questions around healing. In particular, our focus right now has been around relationships and any burning questions we may have. So we're hopefully getting some people to come in, and either way, this is going to be just great practice for me to put this together. And again, try to follow my eyes because I got two cameras and I'm not sure which camera I should be looking at. And so we'll hopefully figure something out that will make moderate sense. The topic today that want to talk about is dating apps and dating applications, and specifically, and also sort of this free dating world and what's happened when we decided to put our relationships online and what it really does to us as human beings, what it also does to each of us as we begin to really sort of understand the core roots of pain, and in particular emotional pain. So this live is hopefully going to be super quick, and we're going to give you some packed information that allows you to understand potentially why and what is happening as we begin to date online and the different pieces of that puzzle. So again, hello, I'm Janice. I am the founder of AHA Healing. We will be hosting these lives for people to ask questions. So I think you can ask questions in any of the platforms. And we're also live on YouTube, Instagram. We're live on LinkedIn, and we're live on Twitter. So today's burning topic is around specifically dating applications and why they're designed to fail. For maybe some of you out there may or may not know, my background is actually in technology. I've been in the tech startup game now for 14 years. Long time, it feels like. 14 years in the life of tech and startup is actually almost feels like dog years. So it feels like 100 years. But a little bit of that background is I mostly entered the tech industry because I wanted to understand what was happening in these spaces. And in particular, I was really concerned about kids, and I wanted to get to the core root of understanding how children in these spaces, what would happen to their social emotional learning. And that really led to this whole evolution of me, Silicon Valley. I'm originally from Canada, moving to Silicon Valley to then really sort of trying to understand it. So here are the three main reasons that you need to know of why dating apps are designed to keep you in failure and in misery. Here are the top three reasons why they are just disaster. Can you find a needle in a haystack and actually find someone in these spaces? Yes. Is there a higher probability that it's going to speak to some of your emotional pain and draw on your emotional pain? Yes. And here's why. So a little bit of an introduction. AHA Healing is based, everyone has an emotional pain point before your 10th birthday. Everyone. And three things happened when you had your emotional pain, and it created a system, your codependent triangle being the most dominant human addiction that you have, that you're constantly trying to fill that pain or get rid of that pain that you have within yourself. The other major part of it is there's two things that get really injured when you have an emotional pain point. One is empathy. We think empathy for others is what actually gets damaged. But the first part is actually the empathy for this. Don't necessarily care for ourselves like we would even say our fur babies. So that part of the equation is super important to understand. The other part that gets injured, which is the most important topic for, again, dating online, is your inability to delay gratification. Yes, that gets injured in emotional pain, which means you can't really just be in your feelings. You can't just sit in how you feel without trying to numb it, stuff it, change it, swipe it, trying to remove the uncomfortableness that you feel. So you are always on this hamster wheel of trying to find someone else to fill that bucket. When that happens, it really is like being on a drug. It's no different than if you were to actually take drugs. The drug would have an immediate effect. You'd have a hit, but eventually over time, it actually has a decrease in its ability and its effectiveness. Dating applications are built to keep you, and I want to say this very clearly, keep you on the hamster wheel, to keep you in that constant high, low, hit, here's a hit over here, a dopamine hit here, and away you go, which means you can never really be present in the moment that you are wanting to be present in. You are always looking for the next thing about something else outside of yourself. And as a result of that, you are actually in a state of addiction. So if it's more emotional pain that you seek, it's the place to go. If you're really not wanting to find someone, but part of the delusion is you think, oh yeah, I really want someone, online dating apps are meant to keep you there, to keep you in pain, and to keep you constantly on the hamster wheel. And because the injury to empathy and delayed gratification happened to you as a child when you experienced emotional pain, the older you get, the harder it can be to repair that function. It's an injury. Again, it's an injury to delayed gratification, and it's an injury to empathy. And when it gets injured, it's always trying to heal itself, but we don't really allow it to heal. So if you think about our current world today, where do we have the opportunity to increase the muscle of delayed gratification? We really don't have any place that can allow us to delay gratification. We can instant order food. We can binge watch TV. Everything is at our fingertips. Most of the technologies have been designed by very young white men. And what do many young white men in their psychology, where are they living? Instant gratification. Give me everything I want right now. For many of us, that's not sustainable. And this is why the dating apps have a 90%, if not 99% failure rate, because they just are built on a system to keep you in emotional pain. We go there with the delusion, hoping that this time it will be different. But what you will get over and over and over again is the same. So if it's love you seek or healthy relationships you seek, anything that puts you into a constant instant gratification wheel, you might as well do drugs in some cases, because that's kind of like being high. And it's important to understand that distinction. So the dating applications really are designed to keep you in perpetual pain. And as long as you don't feel your feelings and can't sit in the uncomfortable, you will take the first one just to swipe that away and say, okay, yes, here's a name. It actually, that drug will wear off because it's not built for the soul side of who you are. It's built for your ego. It's built for your instant gratification. And when we all have emotional pain, that's what gets injured. And so it's important to know what you're going in for. So if you meet someone and you happen to meet them through that space, the immediate rule is all needs to be deleted, because any of that at your fingertips, as long as someone is still leaking out in that leaky bucket, looking, trying to seek, you're not actually establishing any real roots in the relationship. And this is why most people leave there feeling deflated. It's built to make you feel more pain. So if it's love that you seek, delete that dating app. And yes, go old school. Go old school. Get your friends, other people, join different clubs, and meet people in real life. If it's real love that you seek, you will not find it 99.9% of the time in a dating app. Few may happen, but over the long term, it's really more pain, and you will probably end up dating your pain and marrying your pain, only to find out years later that the drug wore off and the toad is still just a toad. So have a great day, delete those dating apps, and start to work and meet people in real life.